Okay, so I just got home and I'm talking to y'all about the trip. So, first off, let's start off by saying the trip was actually okay. It actually was. Um, but let's just jump right into it. So, remind y'all, it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be, um, it was supposed to be, I think, sorry, I had a blank moment. I think it was supposed to be 5 of us. I think 5. Yeah, so it's supposed to be 5 of us. So, remind y'all, one friend, right before we went on the trip, decided to start like being messy, like, but being fake messy, like telling other people that people been talking about people and stuff like this. So whatever. So remind y'all, this happens like probably like some days before we go on the trip. So everybody's like, why is he doing this? Like, and he's like steady saying that he bought his flight already and stuff like that. So everybody like, okay, whatever. When we get there, hopefully everything is settled down or whatever. So y'all know me and Sarah we rode together. So he was actually telling us that he was going to be on the same flight. So we're at the airport. We like, damn, we wonder if we finna see him. Because remind y'all, the day before the flight, well, some days before the flight when he was doing like being messy and stuff, he hadn't been replying. So it's like, we was looking, oh my gosh, she stuck this hoe down. This hoe was melted, do you hear me? Okay, so we hadn't been hearing from him like for some days now. So it's like we're sitting there questioning, dang, is he even still coming? Like, whatever like that. So me and Sarah get to the airport. We both calling him like, okay, because we already didn't pay for like the hotel deposit. So it's like when we get there, all we got to do is just, well, y'all seen the whole like check-in process that we had to go through. So it's like we were like, okay, we guess he just gonna be here at the airport. So me and Sarah get to the airport, him not in sight. So it's like we're sitting here questioning, like, okay, is he even still coming? Like, was he ever really ever coming? So right before we took off, like literally right before we took off, like before you put your phone on airplane mode, he calls. He called one time, let the phone ring, and when I call back, no answer. So the little group chat that we're in, it's me, him, and like some other people that weren't going on the trip. So I had called them like real quick, and I was like, hey, call him. Maybe he's trying to say that he's just gonna meet us out there. So I'm telling them to call him. So when me and Sarah lands in Vegas, I called them back. I was like, hey, did y'all get in contact with him? They was like, no. So it's like now we're sitting here like, okay, is he playing phone tag? Is he trying to be funny? Like, what's going on at this point? Like, y'all, don't talk about my braids. All I gotta say is my stylist did what she had to do in making sure that this wig did not go anywhere during this trip. Because, baby, this wig did not go anywhere during this trip. And she's off. So we get to, we went to our friend's house the first night, whatever like that. So when it's time to check into the hotel, remind y'all, so now we're off of him. So he ended up not coming. He ended up not paying his part, whatever the case may be. You can't invite broke people to events that they try and swear that they are able to afford. when they really can't. Like, I'm not talking about anyone, but it's like, you did some broke shit. Some fucked up broke shit. So, when we get to the hotel, remind y'all, we had already paid $40 for the deposit. So remind y'all, on the screen, it's showing all these different like prices, and I'm like, where's all these prices coming from? Like, ain't we supposed to only be paying $250 something left remaining? The man was like, no, the part that you pay online, that's to hold your spot for the reservation. And I was like, so what do we pay that for? And he was like, just to make sure that you had a room. So I was like, okay, well, I contacted the lady last night and I asked for early check-in. And he was like, oh no, it's no such thing as early check-in. You have to something. Like, so basically, when you try and check in before 3 p.m., you have to pay an extra, you have to pay a $30 thing. Now, remind y'all, I had been contacting them. I was calling them because on the app, well, not on the app, on the website. On the website, they had asked, what time did we want to check in? And I put before 9 a.m. So when I called them, they was like, oh, well, since you're landing at 12 a.m., we're going to put on a special request that you want to be able to check in, before, well, at 12 a.m. I get there, they was like, oh no, there's no such thing, blah, blah, blah. So it was a big runaround. So I go to the front desk, like, y'all know the little kiosk up in my other video, that's what I was using, and that's where the man was when I was asking him questions. So I ended up just going to the front desk, and I was like, hey, if y'all have any room available, even if it's a smoking room, even if it's a one bedroom, like, I'll take it. Remind y'all, it's 7 a.m. We still haven't been asleep. So I was like, whatever, we'll take it. We ended up getting a smoking room, and we had to pay just the $30 for checking in before 3 p.m. So I don't know about every hotel in Vegas, but I know plenty in Hollywood, the one that we stayed at. If you want to check in before 3 p.m., you have to pay the additional, you have to pay on top of what you're paying already, an additional $30 to check in before 3 p.m. So we do that, we get up there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope this room don't smell like cigarettes since we get in the smoking room. So, oh my gosh, look at me. So we get the room, we get up in there, everything's cool. Overall, the trip itself, come on, y'all look at being. So overall, like, the trip itself was a good trip, but dealing with, when you have to, boy, what? When you have to deal with broke people, and I'm not gonna talk about anyone, but the moves that that was pulled were broke people moves. Like, a broke person would, try and cancel out at the last minute. A broke person would do half of the things that he had done, which were broke things that pissed me off. Like, everything that he did had pissed me off. Like, and it didn't piss me off because it did piss me off because we had to pay more, but it pissed me off because it was like, if you wasn't coming from the jump, that's all you had to say. Oh, y'all, excuse my little desk. So, out there in Vegas, y'all, so the night that we went on Fremont, I'm gonna put the video up here. I'm gonna put it like right here. So the night that we went on Fremont, Ben, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so the night that we went on Fremont, we went on Fremont 2 nights in a row, I think, or 3. But the night that I wore the brown dress that I put right there, so we was out there, we was having fun. I met this man, he was going up I remember I told you about the slit in my dress. He was going up my sleeve, whatever like that, whatever. So we're gonna fast forward through the night. So we're out there. At this time, it's like probably like 4 a.m., 5. Remind y'all, I had the big purse with me, remind y'all. So we just standing there, and this man in like a ski mask, he had on like a ski mask, a black jacket, some black sweats, and he had like a cane in his hand. He was just walking like back and forth by us. So I was like, bro, either we finna have to go or we finna have to fight. Like, but I felt like he was going to, like, if we stayed out there any longer than where we was, he was gonna jack my purse, or he was gonna hit me with that thing and try and knock me out and then take my purse. Either way, I know he was going for the purse because he couldn't stop looking at it. And yeah, I should never brought that big ass purse out there. Like Fremont, Fremont is basically like outside. Like everything is outside. It's just a whole bunch of casinos. Not gonna lie, I had a whole bunch of fine people. It did. But I wouldn't say go out there with a big purse. Like, that was my mistake. So, like, I'm pretty sure he was about to he was gonna either rob us, beat us with that cane, or I don't know what else, but he was gonna do some damage because he looked like he had it on his mind to do it. And it's like out there, like they have like little security, but they're like really scattered out. Like out there, it's like you don't want to go out there by yourself. Like that's what I will say. Like if you go out there by yourself, you need to make sure that you're sober. Like we met a whole lot of people out there that were drunk by themselves, but if you're like somebody pretty or you're a girl or a trans or anything that you don't feel comfortable going by yourself, like don't. Like, yeah, you could take your gun out there and stuff, but hey, if you got it, you take your gun. My twin, I don't know if y'all seen her y'all seen her in my other videos. She had to tase somebody because she had to tase somebody because the man was dancing like he was drunk, and the man was dancing and he knocked over his drink. But he was telling my twin, you knocked over my drink, and kept messing with my twin. So she had her taser on her. And she was like, I did not knock over your drink. And he steady like messing with her. He steady saying, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Like touching her. I'm steady telling him, can you please stop touching her? Like, bro, back up. He not going nowhere. Like, he's steady like messing with her, steady dancing around us. Like, and I'm like, bro, like you're doing too much. So he came close one good time, and that taser went up on his neck. And he was like, ah, like started screaming and stuff. And he was like asking her, that made you horny, huh? Like he basically liked it. Because then we had walked off, and about like a good probably 30 minutes later, somebody came up to us and was like, hey, did you tase a man up over there? And the way that he came up was like that he was like basically saying like, the way he came up to us was like on some, y'all tase my homeboy, like now we finna have to fight. But he was like, did y'all tase a man up over there? And she was like, yeah, I did. And then he was like, oh, well, he asked, can you come back? Because he wanted it done again. Like, stuff like that goes on out there. And it's very different because I'm not used to that out here. Like, yeah, we have like downtown Houston and stuff, but out there it's like kind of different. Like it's more freedom, I'll say. Like you get to do more than the average down here. Or I don't know about really anywhere else, but I'm gonna say Vegas, it's a lot of freedom. Like a lot. Like a lot of freedom. Let me see. So that was like night number 2. Night number 3, nothing really had happened. Oh, I could talk about Area 15, because baby. Okay, so I never heard of it, but Sarah was saying that they hype it up on TikTok and a whole lot of other places. So when we walked up in there, I'm thinking we finna be like, I'm thinking we finna see like a lot of people. Um, the scenery of the lights and stuff, that was cool. But other than that, they could have kept that where they kept it. Because first off, okay, so it was free to get in, but everything up in there you had to pay to do. So they had like this little grocery store thing. I don't know what it was. I think it's called the Mega Mart inside of Area 15. I kept saying Area 51, but it's called Area 15. So it's like a little mart little thing up in there. I don't really know how to explain it, but when Sarah asked the lady how much to get in, the lady said it's 40, I think she said $43 per person to get. So Area 15 is like the doors I showed y'all that we walked into, but it has like different little things up in there. So we passed that up, went to the bar. So they had like some good little stuff on there. So I asked him, I was like, hey, what's the margarita cup size? Remind y'all the margarita was, I think, $18. He pulled up a cup probably about the size of this for a margarita. I said, am I going to get drunk? He was like, nah, you'll get like a little buzz. I told Sarah, I said, okay, well, yeah, we could just go. I don't really even see why we're here. What I will say is like, if you don't get a rental and you decide to take Ubers and Lyfts everywhere, honestly, we took Lyft more because it was kind of cheaper, but you have to go to like the certain spots. So especially like if you get picked up from the hotel, if you're staying on the strip, like we did, since Planet Hollywood is on a strip, they have a spot that they have like Uber drop off and pick up spots. So basically those spots are like the spots that you walk in like for the like for valet and stuff like that. So if you are taking Ubers and Lyfts, I say make sure that you take them wisely, because the Lyft that we took there, I think it was $20 from the cookies dispensary to there, and we wasted money for that Lyft. Then when we took the Lyft from Area 15 to Mandalay Bay. So Sarah thought that Mandalay Bay was going to have the guys. I'm not going to say the N word, but the guys. No, baby. Mandalay Bay did not have no guys. So Mandalay Bay is actually off the strip. So, ooh. So we really could have got we really could have got an Uber back onto the strip, but that Uber is going to be like probably like $10, $20, and the strip wasn't that far. Like we could see it, but it was far walking distance. Driving distance was about probably a good 5 minutes. So we looking on the maps, so how to get, I just put in MGM Hotel. From Mandalay Bay to the MGM Hotel, walking distance was 19 minutes. So we did that walk. I remember I showed y'all. I say when you go out there, if you don't want your feet to be killing you, make sure that you do it. Vegas includes a lot of walking, like a lot. Like in general, it's a lot of walking. Even if I don't know about off the strip. Off the strip didn't look like a lot of walking, but if you're staying on the strip and y'all aren't getting, well, if you're staying on the strip, honestly, I feel like you shouldn't get a rental unless you just plan on going places that's off the strip. Because everywhere that we really went was on the strip, except for like the dispensary and stuff like that, and mainly all the hotels were on the strip, except like the Luxor was more off. Mandalay Bay was more off. All those hotels were kind of like more off of the strip, but they were still on the strip. Well, Mandalay Bay wasn't, but the Luxor was like at the end of the strip. They have a lot of food places. Even inside of the hotels, they have a lot of food places. So it's like, really, I wouldn't say you need a rental unless you just really plan on don't doing nothing on the strip or don't even plan on staying on the strip. Now, if that's the case, then yeah, get you a rental. But other than that, like Fremont isn't on the strip. Fremont, I think. Okay, so speaking of that, I was going to say hotel. Uber and Lyft prices range how how jumping the area is. Like, as in, let's just say like how lit it is at the moment. That's that's where the pricing really does come from. Like when we went to Fremont, when we was getting picked up from Fremont, one night on Uber it said 40 something dollars. Um, and that's because it was like kind of late that night, so everybody was needing like a Lyft and an Uber. So of course, since everybody need one, why not go up on prices? Since everybody need one, everybody gonna pay the money for one because they need it. So they went up on prices, and the prices were like, up there. The prices were up there. Um, it was especially that night that baby that purse almost got snatched, baby. And then like that's the thing, like if you're not in the right spot, like they only go to Uber drop off and pick up spot to pick you up. But it's there, especially when you're going through the hotel, like you have to find out where it is. Like it's not always in the lobby. Like Planet Hollywood, theirs was like right outside the lobby. But when we went to what hotel? I think we went to Bally's. I think yeah, when we went to Bally's, it wasn't directly by the lobby. Like the lobby had the casinos right by it also. Um it was more so of like kind of ducked off from the lobby. So we had to go right there. And then on the Uber app, it was saying that he was coming like a whole different way to Uber drop off and pick up. And it was like that we had to walk past some more stuff. But where we was, it said Uber drop off and pick up for Bally's. And that's what we had put in Bally's Hotel. And since it was an Uber, that's where he had to come. So, but he ended up coming there anyways to that right spot. Like, it's just really like a lot of reading, honestly. Sorry, y'all, my head is killing me. That wig was itching, baby. So, it's honestly deals with a lot of reading and kind of like a lot of money. Like, you have to make sure that you don't go out there with people that's not ready to spend. Because when you got there with people that's not ready to spend, then it's going to be kind of on you, or it's going to lead to fighting, or it's going to lead to arguing, and a whole bunch of ruckus that's uncalled for. Bless me. I just say, when you go, make sure that you go with some people that you actually know that's going to be okay with spending money. Because if you go with people that be like, I don't want to really do that and stuff like that, you're not going to have no type of fun. None. None. But, oh my gosh, y'all. So, you know how they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? So, I'm going to just tell y'all about something that's going to stay in Vegas. Well, I'm going to tell y'all, I guess. Since I'm telling y'all it's not really staying in Vegas, but y'all, I had fun. Like I said, how it don't be like no really security police. Like it do be police, but not just like 25/8. So me and my good old twin, we was walking around looking, trying to see what we can find. And we was walking by the Cosmo. So the Cosmo has this like elevator by it. And after this, I'm going because I wasn't even supposed to tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyways. So the Cosmo has like this hotel by it, this elevator by it. And we was walking and this man, he was, giving, he was cute. And he was right there and he was like, where y'all going? So we was like, nothing, blah, blah. So he was like, what y'all doing tonight? And I had said sucking dick. And we went over to the hotel. We went over to the elevator. The elevator was open. We closed the doors. I went to work in the elevator. I got up. Not gonna say what my twin did because I don't know if she wanna put her business out there. But I'm trying to hold the elevator doors because it's people coming and the elevator's trying to open, but it's like this much open. I'm still trying to close. To remind y'all, I got on that little bitty gray dress and my dress keep trying to come up. So I'm holding on to the thing, like I'm just pressing it, like, baby, you gotta stay closed. And bro, he had to like put his, okay, so this is his thing, and this is his jacket. So his jacket was like kind of above it. So he had to pull his jacket, and it's like this. So we end up breaking the elevator because I guess since I was pressing it so long, it broke. So we end up making it out of it though. But it ended up breaking. Like the next people that tried to get on, it wouldn't go. So, like I said, you know, police don't really be around. So that was available to happen. So then me and him, we went to the Planet Hollywood stairwell. And yeah, got to work. I enjoy myself. Like, I really had fun out there. Like, I really did. Like, that was an experience. Because, like, I'm not really used to that being okay in public out here. But, like, out there, baby, prostitution is legal out there. So, what I had on that night, that little bitty short gray dress, was okay. Like, I was walking the streets getting stopped. Baby, people in their, men with their wives, men getting in trouble by their girlfriends, baby, because I was working them streets. Like, we was in the mall, and I'm walking, man about to break his neck, his girlfriend started pushing on him. Girl, calm down. Baby, I didn't want him anyways, he wasn't even giving. But yeah, overall, I say if you go to Vegas, live it up, do it like it's Shelby Day, because it was fun, and I cannot wait to go back. Next time, I'm gonna do a different color. Like, people was loving the red. They kept talking about, hey, red, like, they was loving it. But I don't want to do red again. And I'm not doing this wig again. This wig is done for. It's done. So therefore, when I do go, oh, it was right here. When we go back, whenever that is, I'm gonna do like a small day again. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed my videos, especially in Vegas. Like, I had the time of my life out there. But I can't wait to go back because that was so much fun. So much whole stuff. But yeah, I'll be back with another video. I'm gonna go wash my hair. Oh my gosh, I took off my wig kind of fast, but